and welcome to my channel. My name is AJ and today I'm going to be sharing with you my haul from my hometown's Halloween Comic Fest that we had today. And with this haul, it comes in two parts. The first part is a packet that they just hand to you, and then the second part is where you go and you choose free comics. And this is really just whichever ones that you want to pick up. And I do want to apologize in advance. You may hear some children possibly lightly, and then also some like kind of like beating and stuff like that. I do have family here, so I'm trying to film. That's why there's the fan and the music kind of going here. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this haul. So one of the first things that you get with the packet is you get a spotlight. And in this spotlight, it is usually from Marvel, and it will have 2 sneak peeks into 2 of their comics. And this one in particular is Spirits of Vengeance, and then it is X-Men Gold, which is what is inside. And see, unfortunately, I do not read any of these. I'm more of a DC person, but anyone who is Marvel is really going to enjoy these. The next one up is right here. This is Best Chef Brianna, and it is a story about a girl who is trying to prove herself as a chef, and she goes to a city full of monsters to prove herself. Now in here is also another comic, a mini comic. It is the Tale of the Wild Wolf. It's about a mouse, which is actually kind of funny, but he's also featured right here, so I'm guessing it's kind of like in the same universe. And then there's this one right here, which is Godey and the Creepers, which I'm not interested in. The art really reminds me of Steven Universe. I was not into Steven Universe, but my best friends are, and they're like, why aren't you into this? I'm just like, I don't know, maybe the art just doesn't attract me that much. But this is actually the last of the larger comics that was actually in the packet this year. They sometimes sell like 1 or 2 more, but I digress from that. But here's one of the minis, and it is Donald Duck's Halloween Scream, which I think is going to be super cute, and that is all the one that is in this one. So I look forward to sharing that, especially with my niece. And then we have Gal and the Cute and Terrible, which is too cute, and I look forward to reading this one to her as well. Looks like it's like some kind of lizard or dragon and their little fairy tale going on here. And then you have a short story. Oh, I just realized this because looking at them, they're all short stories. No wonder they're only singular inside. But this one, of course, is Casper the Friendly Ghost. So I bet this is going to be totally funny and hilarious, much like the TV series and the movies that were made for it. And I absolutely adore the one with Christine Ricci and the one with Hilary Duff, especially the one with Hilary Duff. It's the best. And then you have this one right here. It's for Pokemon. I'm not going to read this. I was not that big of a Pokemon fan when I was younger, but my best friend, of course, is, and my older brother, he loves it. So I'm gonna probably give that one to her for her to read, considering he works at the comic book store where the Comic Fest was held, my older brother, so he's probably already read it. But here's Howard Lovecraft, that's an A. Lovecraft and the Undersea Kingdom. So this looks really interesting, and it looks very, like, this design reminds me of that movie called Transylvania. So this looks really cute. I might read this one. Now, moving on to the ones that I selected. Now, this one right here is, from what I've read right there, is that it is based off of a manga that they're running in comic form. So that'll be different. And I was super excited because I saw this and then my eyes drifted down here to my childhood love, which is Sailor Moon. And so I was like, Sailor Moon? I want it. So I was very happily surprised when I opened up this one. And of course, it starts out with that Alita, and then it goes into Sailor Moon, which I'm so super stoked about. So it's going to be continuing. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And then of course, they are doing Ghost in the Shell, a new comic for Ghost in the Shell. So I bet that's really exciting. So I would read Ghost in the Shell as well. I love that anime, so yes, definitely. This was new and this was different for me. I had never heard of this comic or seen it, but this is about Malika. She's a warrior queen from Africa, and I opened up and I took a peek inside, and this is really cool because you see a lot of it. The art is beautiful. I cannot wait to read this, and this is exciting. I really want to read this because look at that, and she's a warrior queen. Amazing. All right. So in this one right here, this is the Grim Tales of Terror, and this is of course got the story of the boogeyman inside. This one's just straight up the boogeyman. This looks really cool. I love Grim Fairy Tales. They have a really good different comic book series going on, so I like them, so I'll definitely be reading this one. This one immediately drew me to it. Hello! And of course my brother was like, I know you love this. So this is basically about Lady Mechanica finding solace in a Mexican village where the locals share their Dia de los Muertos traditions. I'm so sorry I butchered that. But tragedy strikes again, and the Fuentes del Inferno, which I think means infernal riders, comes, and she tries to find a way to stop them. So I cannot wait to read this and see how far in love with it, if I become a subscriber of this particular comic. So, and then finally we have the Mortal Instruments, and this is completely the Mortal Instruments. Just taking a quick peek at the cover and also inside. I don't know if I will actually pick up this as an actual subscription to this particular comic because one, I'm not digging the art. Like, I watched Shadowhunters, the art on the front of the books, both like cover runs of the books are stunning, and my idea of how they're pictured in my brain does not match up to the art style, which is how come when I was younger I fell more in love with manga because it was prettier, and a lot of comics aren't pretty. They are they're very structured, different than manga. So I was like, but I don't know if I'll pick this up, but I will take a peek at it and see if I enjoy it, but I'll digress from that. So this has been an amazing haul this year, and I'll continue to do this through each one of the other comic fests that the comic book store and the comic community that we do have here in my town have. And thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to comment down below, hit the like button if you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Till next time, bye!